Hi guys, Jared's coming on. He's gonna go live and he's gonna have an amazing conversation. I'm not feeling that well, so I'm gonna let him talk to everyone. Hi, hi, hi. I would turn this camera around, but I look like someone just beat me up, and that's okay. But where is he? Jared's gonna come on and we're gonna do a live, and as soon as I'm feeling a little better, we're gonna come live together. So let me find where he is. Hi. Ah, there he is. Okay. He should be coming on any second. Again, there he is. Hi, beautiful.
Yo, what's going on?
Oh, I just kind of said to everyone that we were doing a live and that you're going to have a beautiful conversation with everyone, and I'm just not feeling that great. So take it
I
away, my
know, I
beautiful
know,
girl.
I know, I know. First and foremost, everybody, let's send some love and some healing energy over to Eden.
I
You know what
love
I'm
you.
saying?
As soon as I'm good, I'm glad I'm just get to be here with you, and I love seeing your face.
No doubt, no doubt.
And I'm gonna
So,
I'm gonna listen. So go.
shit, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and, first and foremost, thank you, for even, offering to go live, in your current state. That's awesome.
You're my brother.
And
You're my partner in crime. You're my sober family always. And we did commit to weekly. So thank you for making me.
nah, yo.
Seriously.
No doubt, no doubt. But I wanted to jump on here and actually just thank everybody because I did celebrate a milestone in my recovery Monday this week. It's my 8 years sober. Continuous sobriety, no relapses, nothing from, alcohol and all mind altering substances. Um, which for me is it's a hell of a feat. Uh my story, a little bit of backstory. I suffered from depression and other mental health issues that I never really resolved growing up. Um, Yo, thank you. I see somebody 8 years thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Huge, huge, huge,
No doubt. So
huge.
it's like from an early age, I took my first drink at 13. Um, just trying to fit in and find my way in this confusing space, growing up in that element. And I never really knew how to spit my feelings out. So I just bottled everything up for, far too long. And that one drink led to so many different avenues
Mm.
that I traveled down looking for acceptance and friendships and love and everything else. And I gained it, but it all came with a price. Um, I've been arrested multiple times. I did some time for distributing cocaine when I was freshly 21. Um, and even throughout all those trials, it's like I never learned my lesson until it drove me to the point of, in the book I was reading, they call it like, I don't want to say the point of no return, but it was something else, some word that they used, the great sacrifice or something like that.
Mm.
And that's where it led me. So, Monday I was like mad emotional, uh, sat back in my feelings all day because it's a lot to think about that 8 years ago I really had no intentions of living, right? That night, August 15th of 2013, I wanted my life to end. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to deal with uh the problems that I had created for myself and everything that was surrounding me. So
Mm.
I drank myself into a major blackout. By the time I got home, I was like screaming at the sky, asking God, like, why am I here? What's going on? Like, this isn't what you told me life would be about. I don't want this. And I went inside my parents' kitchen and just started popping pills, with no intentions of waking up. And thank God I fell asleep. And the next day they took me to the hospital or whatever. And in that moment, I was still a wreck, right? I was still angry, low key pissed off. Like, why am I still here? But I'll never forget it. On the 16th of August in 2013, this like calm and voice came over me in that nurse's office and clearly told me, this is your second chance at life.
Mm.
Do what you got to do, but make it the best. And I took heed to those words. And my recovery started right then. I made the decision when I heard that clear voice that, I was never going to drink again. Like, I was never going to use again. I was going to change who I was as a person and really start to live life. And it's been a process because in that space, I had two young kids. My youngest son was a month old, and I was ready to leave it all behind. And now, you can't separate me from any of my kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're joined at my hip. So, Monday as a setback and just kind of revisited everything. It was like, man, I really couldn't imagine a world where I didn't get to be your dad and you didn't get to know who I was.
Mm-hmm.
So just overwhelmed with gratitude. Um, I had some trouble with some old like resentments that I'm still trying to get over and get through. So it's like
What
a lot
what
of work.
what stops so many things as you speak? One, you're an incredible father, and happy birthday. When you say resentments and that you're working on them, and you try the word try, like
Mhm.
what's holding you from really traveling through that and letting go? What is it?
Oof. Uh, I haven't done the work, you know.
There,
I think
totally
I
fair.
have forgiven with like stipulations, if that
Mm.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love you for
Uh,
saying that, dude. Love you.
I
That's
mean, it's
huge.
real. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
It's
yeah,
real.
yeah. And you
You
said it
know?
out loud to all of us, and thank you, because that's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah. And I mean, like I said, I'm learning. I'm human. It's a process.
Yeah.
I do. I want to learn how to forgive and love unconditionally and really know
Mm.
how to move past some stuff. You feel me? And I got certain triggers where like conversations are brought up that get me thinking
Mm-hmm.
about things that I shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had to just sit in those feelings for the better part of all day Monday, and then Tuesday I was kind of back to myself, but Wednesday I was like, all right, it's time to get up and just get moving, man. You can't sit in this shit
Yeah, I was with you on that. I was with
forever.
you. But that trigger, that word trigger, that trigger word's a bitch.
Yeah.
And how, when we get triggered, and I ask this just because we speak out loud or think out loud or share, when you and I, when we all get triggered, and it can within point second, less than a second, take us to way back to wherever that it took you to. Like,
Hmm.
how do we pause? How do we not in that second? Like, what's this trigger? Because I'm with you. Like, what is this trigger? Why? Why?
I think it depends for me, like where it comes from too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, is it somebody close to me that's
Mm-hmm.
triggering me, or is it, something or a source that I could care less about, right?
But is it them triggering you? I mean, is it really them? Is it really anything about them, or is it something that, right?
Yeah, and I think that's where it can get murky. For me, I think I got to take full accountability how I react to anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it triggers me, that's all internal, and that's something that I got to work on because it shouldn't. Like, I shouldn't allow anything or anybody to rent space in my head.
Do you
So,
share that? Because the Jarrod I know, I haven't been.
privy to any triggers or any sort of side other than complete love and honesty and openness and kindness and unconditional, even with all, I always like the health, the aging, the this, the that, and you're like, it's hysterical. But I'm like, this, my brother must think I'm insane. Like, but it never triggers you. You're just really kind and unconditionally loving. So when I hear you speak of this, I'm interested to not to know that side because,
Mhm.
well, yes, that too, but like, really, what's the process?
Uh, like I say, it just depends. Source is a big thing, right? It's not much that triggers me,
Right.
but and then maybe as time goes on and I continue to work through it, like I'd be able to like openly talk about it, but I don't want to,
Fair.
you know what I'm saying? Like say
Totally.
something that the other party might feel
Yes.
is and I
Completely.
and I, I like giving people the opportunity to speak on their
Yes.
perspective. Like I don't, that's another side of things. But for me, it's like when I say trigger, it's like I've been down a road before
Mm-hmm.
and I saw something coming
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of let it slide.
Mm.
So if the situation turns and it's thrown at me when I was able to let it go, it's like,
Got it. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But, and
So,
is it, are there things like should you not let those, okay, when we say let slide, like you don't face it or openly communicate or just bring it up, like, should we not? Because I question, and I'm a single woman and I deal with things that come at me and I wonder, oh shit, how do I deal with this trigger? What do I do? Do I bring it up? Do I say something or do I just let it slide? And then I think, wow, Jared, you're like talking to me as you're healing yourself. When I let shit slide is when I'm not in the healing, when I'm not in the process. Wow. Okay. Thank
yeah,
you.
I think you got to communication is always key. So if it
Right.
is something that
Right.
is triggering or a issue or something that kind of happened, it's cool to let it out there. Like because sometimes it could be there and I would hold on to it and whoever wouldn't know how I felt
Right.
if I just didn't say it.
Right.
So
You're really one of my biggest gifts. Like, and I really honor you in so many ways because you really are an unconditional friend and sober brother to me. And it's hard to come by, especially where I come from. And as far as the anyone from LA, sorry, but the shallowness of this city that it brings, and the things here, I feel like shit, I look like shit, and I'm not turning the camera around because of that. Like, me, I usually don't care, but I really just sort
mm,
of like, I wasn't even going to say anything, but as you're speaking and you're such an honorable person, it's like, I have to sort of share in you just give us all gifts. Like, you came on and you were like, I need to just share. And you know what? You're giving everyone who's listening to you a huge gift. And look at, sorry, but see the camera, see the candle? Do you see that little person right next to that candle?
yes.
That's my sister. She overdosed January
Uh,
1st, 2002, and she's been sitting there watching you this whole time.
what a blessing, man.
Holy shit.
That's
I
that's
didn't touch
deep.
it. I didn't touch
That
it.
that is deep.
Right?
That's
Like,
deep.
wow. And there's four. Hold on. Let me show you the rest of this. How did it end up just on her? That's my brother. That's my other brother. And that's me. My dad used to sleep with this next to his bed every time he traveled. And when he
Really?
passed, I grabbed it. Yep. And
Oh man.
and it was just like that the whole time you're talking.
And that's
Wow.
yeah, that I mean and that's really what me speaking, I know I didn't go into too many details, so I wasn't really sure like how this was gonna pan out, as I know you weren't feeling well, but I just wanted to make sure I showed face and at the
You did.
least thanked everybody for, sending so much love my way, right? And then for you to point that out, it's like, damn, it just makes it mean that much more. Um,
Real. It's just real.
it's super authentic. It's a tough battle,
Yeah.
like being in that space. Like if I could go back, 8 years ago and what really drove me to the point of wanting to take myself out. In the scheme of things, it really wasn't that bad, you know? Like, it really wasn't. I just beat myself into a mental submission that I couldn't see my way out of at the time.
Yeah.
And
But you know, and I'm the same like you, like, oh, it wasn't that bad, but in a sense, never take away from what you were going through, you know?
mhm.
Like I'm the least person to give you, have to give you permission to be like, you know what? It wasn't that bad, but it was bad, you know? And give yourself that place, because how far you've come. I don't even know what that means, but I think you understand. Like,
Nah, I know.
coming this far, like, dude, and what are we comparing? Because comparatively speaking, it was bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if you're talking to me, dude, come on, we've had this conversation. I'm like, I should never talk because I'm like the girl sitting up on the, you know, what was your addiction? Oh, I drank too much. The little rich girl from Beverly Hills drank too much. Oh, why? Because you didn't get enough love and you felt fat because you're, you know, like, shut up, Eden. Shut the fuck up. But then again, who am I to take away from, you know? So,
Yeah,
like,
but this
yeah, it was
shit's still
bad.
real. It's still, yeah, it's still real and it's
Yeah,
still
so you
authentic.
you
You know
had
what I'm
it. You
saying?
had it bad and you made it and you pulled through and you're sharing with everyone and you're just, you know what? Just fucking happy birthday. And if I had a cake right now, not only would I give you a piece, but I'd shove it in your face and I'd give you the biggest hug and I'd tell you how awesome you are. And we're just celebrating. And I'm going to shut up now and let you keep going because I love you and you bring out the best in me even when I don't want to.
Nah, I mean, I appreciate it. It definitely feels good, and I don't ever want to like, put that on the back burner because it's been a hell of a journey, and I think at times I do forget it, but I like to pull from those struggle moments on my worst days.
Yeah.
Um, and so with, this space and some of the relationships that I've built online with people, the outpouring of love was just so great. And, another downside, like I don't think I've ever really shared, but my cousins on here, my folks were never really like supportive in the sense of like things that I wanted to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, to this day, I didn't even look for it because I low key knew it wasn't coming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they've never said like, good job, we're proud of you. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's a space where it shouldn't hurt, but it kind of does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, and then you have these beautiful, amazing children running around that you get to mirror all of that. And it's like, ow, ow. And you get to do it different, which is what? The biggest gift ever. And
yeah, it
painful.
is. It is. It
Painful.
most certainly is. It most certainly is. Speaking of which, I know last time we got on here, I was like upset about my son clocking that kid at
Oh,
the
yes. Tell
basketball
us, tell
game.
us. Yes.
And I don't know what's happened, man. He is I'm gonna knock on wood, but he is turning into like this little human who is beyond kind and loving. It's like the stuff that, Steph and I've always saw in him, but it was like very sporadic. And now it's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a
you know
beautiful
exactly
thing
what's
to watch.
happening. You know exactly what's happening. You're
I'm,
a fucking kick-ass dad. You're paying it forward. He's learning the lessons. He's feeling the pain. You're talking to him like you just said your parents didn't talk to you. You're telling him congratulations. You're also there for him, having to check yourself. You're in it. You're living it. You know exactly what's happening. You're the fucking shit, dude. And you need to give yourself credit. And Steph is obviously an amazing mom slash stepmom. Like, it's real. You
oh,
do you you
100%.
you do the work. And he's turning into exactly what, like, wait, oh my God. Oh my God. This is happening.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to see. Like we got the crystal sitting around the house,
Yeah.
so he'll rub on the clear quartz and put the positive energy in
Oh,
it, then spread it out. Like it's gratifying to
right.
see him
And
really taking on
where is he getting that? Where is he getting that?
me.
Yep.
And I learned it from you and Damon, and
All
just
of
keep.
us, we're in that. We are in it. We're in it together. And the fact that you just said that and I get to play a little piece to pay it forward to that beautiful boy. And when we do have our heart to hearts when it comes to like checking you sometimes as like the amazing father you are. Oh my God, thank you. Like that's the biggest gift you could give me.
I
Because
appreciate you, real talk.
no, it's the truth. You know, when you're in your own momness and your kids kind of are assholes to you, and you're like, whoa, could this one be, God forbid, you know, turning into what we have went through, and great journey, but make it through it. Um, you know, to hear you talk about your son and like he's evolving in the ways that you could only wish for. Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is, evolving.
Mm.
Like now I'm like sustain it because I'm waiting for the rug pull. Like, oh shit, here we go. But you know, I watched it, so you know, it was certain, you know, that trigger word. Like it was certain things that I knew if a certain circumstance happened, he would just like not melt down, but you could see his temper kind of flare.
Mm.
So it used to be when the kids would be roughhousing on the football field, like playing too rough, he would get like super pissed off and, you know, he would be
Mm-hmm.
ready to fight. But it's football, so I wouldn't think any of it. And I'd have to keep telling him, like, man, that's just how some of the kids play. Like, dude, if you
Mm-hmm.
can't do this, like, get off the field.
Mm.
So, you know, me and my daughter and I were
Mm-hmm.
watching him practice yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid, like, you know, they're playing around. This kid slammed him. And I was like, oh no.
Mm.
Like,
The
like,
Hulk.
oh, it's over. He's gonna
Right.
get up and practice is over before it gets started. And he like
Right.
got up, slapped him five, and kept playing. And I was like, wait,
Yes.
like what just happened? So, you know,
Holy
yeah, I'm
whoa.
gonna knock on wood. But
Well,
it
you
is
know,
a
hey,
cool
hey,
thing.
that's look, it happened. You don't take that, he can't take that back, you know what I mean? He's in it. But yeah, he could have a setback to just sort of come back from that. But like that's it. That's him. That's who he is. He's amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, so
Woo.
life has been it's been different, man. You know, 8 years in now, it's like, what's next?
Mm.
You know what do we do? One day at a time, you know, keep building. Like what can I do differently uh for
Mm.
this next year and this next day? So one thing I haven't done in my recovery is fully work a program. I've never been through the steps, so I'm like in the process of doing that, which
I
is
mean that, you know, I gotta tell you, it's been 7, 8 years since I actually have have really worked through that too, and I'm probably could not, let's be real, I could use it too. And I think just you saying that, you know, like we say, you can't undo what you just heard and said. So there you go, boom.
boom. Somebody say, yeah,
Welcome to
what's
the
next?
steps, Jarrod.
Right? Yeah, because I mean, I had a friend when I was sitting in my shit Monday, they were like, yo, like, you know, have
Do
you
you?
done anything differently? I'm like,
Right.
nah, like
Yeah.
I just kind of sit here, think about it all day and just kind of
Holy
fucking
shit. I
deal with
mean,
the
you're
shit, right?
speaking to me, at me, for me, with me, and fuck, thank you, because now I have to look in the mirror and be like, God damn it, Jarrod, and not God's name in vain. Now, like, fuck you. Now I have to do the steps.
Yeah, it was recommended, and I like, I don't know, certain things I think I ran, not so much ran from, but like, and I
Yeah.
think we've even talked about it. Like I would go into the rooms and little shit kind of just turned me away. Like, but it was more of the crowd I was around when I
Mm-hmm.
was going to those spaces, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel like welcome within the moment. So I'm like, all right, maybe not. Like I just figured this shit out a different way. Um, but now it's like, man, I
And I
really
think
just want to
they,
experience it.
yeah, I think they all, hi, Louise, our girls on. Hi, Louise, we
Hey,
love
hey,
you.
there's a lot
That's
of comments on it.
I know you
Cool.
got to go back and read them, but I think that and do that because I don't want anyone to feel ignored by you and or I. But
No, not at all.
the I think that you, everyone, let me be straight, but I'm talking to you, would benefit so much if you haven't really worked them yet. That you are. There's nothing else I can say. Just do them. I mean, and I say that to myself as I'm saying it to you. Like, Eden, who are you kidding? Just do them. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you know that day before, you know, like Sunday, you were probably like, I talked to you actually. I mean, we're texting and you were like, tomorrow. I'm like, holy shit, tomorrow's your birthday. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always that day before that takes you back to like the day before the day one. You know what I mean? Like the day, oh shit, it's brutal. And
Shit.
and then that next day, you kind of like, instead of, you get triggered, you go back to that day one. Oh,
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh yeah. I think that whole week last week, really, I was like crying on and off,
Mm-hmm.
because when I really look back at that, say that month or so before, it was a complete meltdown. And I could
Mm-hmm.
run through like each and every moment where like I knew like I was approaching the end and I wanted to change. Like I was at a family reunion in New Orleans, uh, Bourbon Street, probably 2 weeks before my suicide survival. And it was a family reunion, so me and a bunch of my cousins were on Bourbon Street, and I mean like tanked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in New Orleans, like one side of Bourbon Street's like well lit, there's people everywhere partying, and the other side, like there's not a street light in sight.
Mm. I haven't been there, but yeah.
All right, so if you ever walk down Bourbon Street, one, it smells like piss.
Oof.
It stinks. It's fucking horrible. And there's one live side where people are, in the costumes, everybody's partying, throwing the beads, and then there's another side that's just dead. Like no street lights, complete pitch black, all of this shit.
The smart people, or they're on the
Yeah,
other side just drunk with the crazy people.
right.
Right.
So, what I mean? It was kind of terrifying for real, but I got like mad drunk and I knew I had a friend there. And, of course, like for me, alcohol and cocaine went hand to hand.
Hmm.
So it just hit a certain time where I'm like, all right, like this shit is getting boring. Like I love you guys, but I gotta go do something else. So I text my friend and he gives me this address. And I just started walking like through the pitch black of New Orleans, like looking at all these alleys, and in my head I'm like, oh my God, I'm never gonna make it home. Like this is the end of Jarrod right here
This
in New Orleans and
this is like a
nobody's gonna
scene
know.
to a movie. This is good. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was fucking awful.
Wow. Well, you're here now,
Oh
so
shit.
someone's saying something. Yeah, read that because that sounds.
It says I've never worked the steps going through a self detox. Now it's nothing nice.
Self
Self
detox is no
detox is no
joke.
joke.
Stay
Stay
safe.
safe. That's true. If you need help, definitely call and get some help. Like I don't
Yeah.
know self detox or how deep.
Yeah. Be safe on that one.
Yeah,
Definitely.
very, very, very. Consult a professional.
Yeah. So wait. So you're walking down the streets, and yes, if you do need an ear or a shoulder to listen to, please reach out because we are here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Just
Um.
hit us up. Yeah, so I walked down the street and to paint the picture, like if you've ever walked down just like a dark ass alley in a
I try
foreign
not to,
place.
Jarrod.
Yeah. In my right mind, I never do this shit. Like shit. I didn't even like walking through Harlem at night when I was in New York a couple months ago. I was like, yo, fuck this.
I
Where's
can't
the
even
bus?
hear it. I'm like,
So, I'm walking down this dark ass street and terrified, but just walking, and I reach my destination, and I end up, getting high till probably like 6 in the morning,
ugh.
like something fucking absurd, and then I like realized like, oh no, I gotta drive back to Virginia today,
Holy
like, and to make that worse, like, I was riding with my parents, so it was
Oh
like,
my
oh.
God. Oh my God. You know what? You deserve it. Sorry.
I
Ah,
was like,
wait, you're frozen.
oh, am I in my back?
Oh, there you are. Yes, there you are.
All right, cool. So I hope my mom doesn't watch this, but
Sorry. Well, look at you now,
sorry,
8
Mom.
years later.
Yeah, right. So I think one of the people I was with got me like a cab, and this cab took me back to my hotel, but how my mind worked, the party just wasn't over. Like I wasn't ready to go inside and park. And I saw this, this attractive female leaving her job in the morning, which she was a stripper. So in my mind,
the party just began.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh my God. So I started walking with her, and I don't know what the fuck I said, but she offered me a ride. Well, so I get in the car with her and we started driving, and I must have sobered up because as she was driving, I started looking at some of the buildings, and I was like, man, I am gonna die today. Like, this is it. So I kind of politely like just turned to her and said, would you mind just dropping me back off at the hotel? And yeah, she spun around. She didn't look thrilled, but I got out, and that was probably the first meltdown when I knew, all right, it's a wrap. Like, something's got to give.
Oof, oof. Yeah, when you're told the girl who you could have just, can you turn back and drop me off?
Yeah. Take me back. Yeah, I think I just sobered up. I looked around, was like, oh no. My cousin said, I've heard this story. Yeah, I had to tell you, bro.
Hi, cousin.
Oh,
That's
man.
classic. That's
good
classic.
times. Good times.
But yes, we can't forget these, you say you pull strength from the memories of these hard times. But we go back in and we do a lot of work to reprogram, right? To hypnosis. So the experience, you come out on the other end different. So imagine like if, when you're 9 and I'm 10 and I'm turning 9. So if like at these birthdays, we kind of reprogram that and we look at this day or the day before, and yes, we don't want to forget it because we were on our knees, begging.
Oh yeah.
But to reprogram it so that those days can just be, you and I both sat and we were miserable on Monday, and you were going through hard times and you weren't sharing and this and that, and it's like a 3-day thing. Imagine if you didn't go through those 3 days, and yet the amount of, I don't know, you know me, I'm going in those places, but like the lives you could change, and the 72 hours of energy that we would have, instead of always like reprogramming or being triggered to go back to day 1-ish. Like, fuck that. I'm done. Like, we're done. We don't have to do that anymore. And next year I'm going to be like, nope, you're not. That's it. You're done going to that place. Like, let's find a new place to go to and be happy. Enjoy it,
And that's the goal. And I don't know, doing that Monday, I just realized, man, it's not worth it. Like, in the sense of sitting around sulking on anything.
Yeah.
And I as I learned more about myself, and more about forgiveness, and more about letting go of resentments and shit, and hopefully I just never gotta jump down that hole again, because it was like a multitude of things that caused it. Like, I was already kind of in this like extremely happy and grateful space, but also super sad because it was like that day, and then some other shit happened that led me down the trusting and the, you know what I'm saying, like that road. So once those kind of collided, I was like, oh fuck, today is a fucking wrap.
Yeah. And what, there's something beautiful about you saying like, that's it, I'm done, I'm not moving, I'm getting on the couch, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna watch, I'm just gonna do this. But then now that you've done that, it's like, okay, you know what, maybe I'm starting to feel this way, and I might go there. And I'm speaking to myself and all of us as I say this out loud, because I'm gonna go there, but I'm gonna give myself the next 20 minutes, and then that's it, because I got shit, I got people, I got things, I got love, I got way too much to do, and then I'll give a little bit of that, and maybe I'll come back to the couch and just be like, I'm cool.
Yeah, no doubt, and I should have, right?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, look, I'm the best at that shit, and you pull me out of mine. So now next time, I'll be like, what's up? Didn't we talk about this?
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, well, man, first of all, that shit ain't gonna happen no more. I'll tell you that, man. Like, I refuse to, because that shit, it took a full day for me. I don't think, and it sucks to say, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I did not get out of bed till like 8 o'clock that night.
It's okay.
I laid there.
Yeah.
I just was like, yeah, why am I so mad right now?
But right, you needed that. You needed that for us to get to this place, or for you to get to the place on Wednesday to be like, no, fuck, I'm done. And then for us to have this conversation, because we both do that and we can shake each other. Because I listen to you and I think, oh my God, do I do that shit? Like, no. Oh, what? You would say to me, Eden, snap out of it, feel better. Like, I know what you're feeling. It's more of like a health thing. You got some shit, but like the other stuff, and I would talk to you and you could get my mind straight, you know, but the health
Word.
stuff, you're like, all right, just chill. And I got to go easy on myself. And so like you did it, and you were in it, and how great. And that's it. You're good. You don't have to do what you did again. Cause right. We do the same thing and we want different results, and we all know that we're fucking crazy. Nope, we're not.
Hell yeah, Hove did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's
And you're
definitely
just,
been a journey.
you're so good, Jarrod. Can you tell me again? Cause I keep hearing you and cousin on October. What's going on?
So October 11th, me and my homie Uzzle, I don't know if he's on here, but
Oh, I thought
he,
you're doing it with your cousin too, no?
if he can get up here, sure. But
Oh, okay.
right now, as far as everything goes, it's me and my homie Uzzle because he lives here
Okay.
and he's been in recovery. I want to say 6 years.
Congrats. Yeah.
And he knew that I was trying to create some type of outreach platform. Maybe a
Bring
little
everyone
different.
together.
Right, just start bringing people together here locally as well, since I do a lot of stuff online.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we'll be doing our first like Strength and Sound community like building meetup, kick around and give people a voice that wouldn't necessarily share how they feel, you know.
Amazing. Can you make some posts about that so I can share? Because I don't know, I might know some people somewhere in Virginia.
Yeah, for sure. I will once we start finalizing and figuring out how we want to move forward with putting the word out there. Like I'm a visual guy, so for me, like
I
I
know.
would just shoot mad videos and just
Uh-huh.
talk about it.
Yeah.
But I gotta respect, like, I want to see where his creative process is as well, so we could team up on it. Because I'm all
Yeah.
about trying to build together.
Together. Yeah.
As you
Amazing.
could tell.
Oh yeah. I know. I mean, it's sometimes when I just kind of want to, like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? It doesn't. I'm old now. Not old. I hate.
Oh,
You
you
know,
gotta
you hate
stop
when I
that
say
shit.
that. I know,
Yeah.
but like I'm at the place where I'm like, I don't have to. Oh, but Eden, you do. Like, not the word have to, but like, oh, but if you didn't, you take the gifts away, and then you're not sharing, and then you're a people person and you love people, and and then you're there to remind me, like, come on, and then I watch you and I listen, and I'm like, God, what a life force. Like, you just got this force about you.
I
It
appreciate it, And I was talking, I forget who it was, but I was talking to him and I'm like, I don't really have like a talent per se. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but you
Like,
do. Yeah, a craft, like a specific, but you do.
yeah. And I was like, so all I really ever had was my voice.
Yeah.
All I've ever really had. That's why I gravitated towards music, because I enjoy writing and the art of pulling words to a beat that was blank. It was like my canvas, my way of painting. Because I can't draw. Like, that's not my thing. But
Right.
and they were like, well, nah, like, you got people. Like, you really had this gift for connecting people. And I'm like, oh shit, I never thought about it that way, because I just get on here and say what's on my heart.
Yeah,
And
but
just kind of,
that's it. And that's exactly it, because you do what some people can't or don't or aren't comfortable, and you give them the freedom to feel like they can,
yeah, for sure. And hopefully,
And that is a
everybody.
gift. I got to tell you, that's the gift right there. That's the talent. And I say that because it took me time to realize that we come from a similar space in that area, because I don't really have a talent either. That's it too.
You don't have no gifts? You don't do drawing?
Hell no. My chicken scratch, I write like a third grader. I can't sing. Dancing, I was better drunk. I'm good with people. I'm good with the skill of flirting. Is that something? 11:11, my girl.
11:11. Oh shit! Right on time.
My girl. May your gifts come to you so you can share it with the masses.
With the masses. Man, my dog.
She's such a love. I can't wait to hug her and
philosopher.
Yeah. Oh, is that her skill too? Because I'm gonna sit under the tree barefoot with her and just philosophize.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, you're like, have at it,
Hey,
because I
go
won't be there.
for it.
Oh, photography. Photography. You know what? That's actually. Thank you for saying that. And I think you're a beautiful photographer, right? Because isn't that your friend Jarrod? And
Yeah, it's April.
yeah, April. And I've seen your work. You're beautiful. I love I guess, can a gift be sort of exploring things that you're just you're it's you explore the creative side, you're learning, you're open, you're right. I mean, that can be a gift.
Yeah, I think everything could be a gift.
I agree.
Like, I don't know.
I agree.
Maybe
So you know what, Jarrod? We have a shitload of gifts, man.
I'm gonna explore this some more and write down maybe like a gratitude list tomorrow. Figure out what my gifts and talents
Okay,
are.
I'm gonna have to do mine too. Because I think you and we've got mad gifts. We just don't have that one, you know, skill, that's a craft that people get, always open to learn. Yes. That people get financially taken care of by. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I think that's what, like, when we were, damn, I don't remember who the conversation was with, but whenever we were talking, like, I remember, like, that probably being what I was saying. Like,
yeah.
Shit, I don't do this, I don't do that. Like, this is what I got. And that's, why I lead with love. Like, because I don't even necessarily look for nothing to come back.
I gotta tell you, and I'm the same as you, but I'll tell you, because and April says you do a podcast, and that is a gift. What you just said to me is one of the greater gifts that anyone could have.
What's that?
That you lead with love, that you speak and you let people be open and you give people permission and yourself, and you're honest and you speak from your heart, and that's the gift. That's it. Like, are you kidding? Well, that's the gift.
See, like, you got a way of putting shit in perspective.
It's just the truth, like, flat out, it's the truth. And if I went on a tangent, it's like right there, people want to feel the feeling that you give them. Yes, truth and honesty and openness and vulnerability and raw. It's like we beg for that in this world, Jarrod, and you possess it. So, and that's why you and I are able to do this together, and we really just kind of get on here and leave space to just share. And who does that?
Nobody. That's the beauty of it, though, for real. And I don't, like, I actually feel kind of bad. Like, I don't want to hold you because I wasn't expecting you to talk.
You wake me up. I have my,
shit.
Should I put it on? You saw me in my, here we go. Are you ready? I don't know that I should do this, Jarrod.
Whatever it is, go for it. Oh, shit.
I have my Snuggie on.
Is that what that was?
It's a Snuggie, and I'm sweating under here because I'm not feeling well. But the minute you start talking and you're sharing and you're so lovable, I'm like, I can't not. And don't you dare feel bad, because you know me by now. I'd be like, and this is me. Like, what the fuck? What do I care?
True that.
Thank you for making me have to be as vulnerable and to show myself when I'm not,
at your best. What you said.
Yeah, but like, what is my best? Is it as shallow as like, oh, let me go fix my face and cover up? I don't feel well, so fucking what? Like, this is me. I love you guys. I'm here. Jarrod wants it's his birthday. We want to talk, and here I am saying no because I mean, how selfish.
But you're allowed to.
I know, but I didn't. You know what I mean?
Didn't.
But I didn't.
But that's I don't know. Like, that, whenever you do those things, it's like, damn, man, she is really, like, super down to earth and cool as fuck. Like, and that's where, in my world, it's like you don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
you take me there, so thank you. You do. You just sort of gradually hold my hand there, and I'm like, dude, he's right. Like, Eden, come on, and then you just kind of awaken my you know what it is, because we get in alignment. We get in alignment, and then it kind of
Yeah.
happens and it
I,
flows. So don't feel bad. You have a fucking 8-year sober birthday. You had a rough moment. You want to show face. You respect everyone that comes on here that joins us and listens. And by the way, guys, Jarrod and I always say, like, if someone wants to join in, because I know some of you ask to join sometimes, and if, by all means, be like, I want to talk to Jarrod, or Eden, shut
yeah.
up, like, put me on, or whatever. Like, feel,
Shit, yeah, just request to go live.
join
You know,
in.
so
Really, as
looking
long as you.
so snuggable.
Oh
Get
my.
well, Godspeed.
I will. I mean, to be honest, guys, and I'm going to tell you, for those of you that are of like thyroid age, just check your thyroid, because sometimes people don't understand exactly what it does for your body, and when it is off, exactly what happens, and it's brutal. And I've had it for about 5-6 years. It's fine, but when the levels get off, everything around you just goes to a different place. So I say that only because I pay it forward, that if anyone else struggles with the same thing, make sure you check your T3 and your T4. That's it.
Thank you. When should I start looking for that?
Well, you seem to be in decent health. You would know, because when you have some pain up here in your thyroid, it's this little thing right here, and your throat starts to hurt and your body gets all out of whack because it helps control your systems, then that's when you should start to
Start checking in.
Yeah. But it's common, and some people just don't understand, so they go through a whole slew of different autoimmune and this and that and the other. So I only say that because it's offering, the God forbid, if you're feeling a certain way, then maybe, do that.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I really hope you feel better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I will. It's usually they switch the meds, they get you on the right dose, and your body goes back into
regular
alignment. Yeah.
balance type deal.
Well, I wake up and think, by the grace of the universe, I've been able to start working out. So I spend all my energy in the morning working out, and then I sort of break. And maybe I'm being stupid, but I'm grateful. I'm really grateful for the fact that my body's, because you watched me go through that working. So, hey,
you're doing your thing.
I'm doing my thing, and I'm here, and I'm sober, and I'm with you, and you're celebrating. And you know what? It's like we used to celebrate, and it was like celebrating. Like, this is a celebration. There are conversations and other people joining, and it's like the simple things and the truth and communicating and the little things that seem so difficult, that kind of are, that we sort of have to overcome and step into. That's like a celebration. Like me turning around this camera, and yeah, I look like shit, but who cares? Like, who cares? You love me. You're my soul brother. Like, and anyone watching who knows me, like, they have love. So that's a small celebration in a world where,
Going
vanity
nuts.
comes
from. Well, I'm a fan of celebrating all wins, and
I think you are.
Just celebrate everything, no matter how small, no matter how big. Like, you gotta pat yourself on the back for everything.
And you're here to tell me that, and we're here to tell everyone that, and I'm here to tell you that, because you don't tell yourself enough. And I don't know what goes on when I'm not around, Steph. Just kidding. Steph, what's
Shit, more of the same. Quiet, kind of, trying to strategize, like really, really build and grow and connect and reach people. I think. Not even think. When Damon said that, the words stick to me when I listen and I learn things. So when he was like, man, I just feel you in this constant state of creativity to figure some stuff out, and then I'm like, yo, how the hell did he know that? So in my mind, it's like 24/7. I'm always like thinking. Like I even said earlier, like, what's next? Like, how could I, make this better, or do something here to enter this space? And that's when I get into like my law of attraction bag, and the people, places, and their things start appearing. It's like, oh shit, like that was just on my mind. Like even with this meetup, like probably for 3 days straight, I was like, all right, I got to do a meetup. Like I need to put something together where I can get people in a room and we can just mastermind and and shoot the shit and just, try to help in person. And I sat on it for like 3 days. And that third day is when my buddy Uzzle hit me with a text and was like, "Hey man, I got an idea. You need to do a meetup." And I was like, "All right." I see
Right.
you.
Right.
So,
Right. And I think there's something about the universe, obviously it can feel our energy, but it necessarily like speak it into existence. Like even now, like what is it? What's the next step? Like what is it that you want? What is it that you want? Because okay, this is the weirdest thing, and we all know I have these weird moments. I'm driving and this bird comes flying across and it has this long like string, and I think to myself, oh my God, the bird's building a nest. Oh my God, how did that bird just find that string in the bushes over there? Like really, like how is this bird carrying a string in the back like hillside of my yard? Like what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, because the universe is infinite, because it's all right here. Like I
right.
just had that moment of like, duh, because
Yeah, that light bulb.
yeah, it's all here. It just is here. It's here. It's all here. So, but it doesn't necessarily, I mean, yes, the universe and the animals and the language they speak is different than ours, but we as humans, and we complicate and fuck it all up in our heads. Like, say it, speak it. What is it? What do you want?
Yeah,
Where are you
no
going?
doubt.
What do you want to do? Who do you want to help? There are people here that are listening. Maybe that one person knows another person. That person knows another person. Oh my God, did you hear Jarrod? And oh my God, he's amazing. And oh, you know how it goes. Like, say it. Say
Right.
it.
Like something else funny happened too. Like I was speaking something into the universe. Like I was taking a shower and kind of just praying over certain things. Like, all right, God, like, decrease this and increase like this. Like, how can I make this work? So I'm in this transition phase. So, and again, this was fucking hilarious to me. But I was like, I got a couple business ideas and I'm like strategizing, it'd be cool, like increase my finances, right?
Yeah.
To, this particular, and I'm like, increase my finances. So I get out the shower, I'm drying off, and I check my email and I got a bill. So I had to pay something out, and I'm like, well, this is the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
but this shit was so funny, and I'm like, yeah, you good. Like, you good at this, guy. Like, I see you. You got
Your
jokes
funny
too,
jokes.
huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was one of the moments where I just had to crack up. Was even then, it was like, all right, like I get it. Like, where was the test in this? You know what I'm saying? Like, was this paid out to multiply on this side? Like, what was it? But I got a good laugh out of that for like a good 10 minutes because the shit was so funny.
It's the dark comedy of exactly like, all right, I'm hearing you, but how much, you know what? I'm going to push you one more time. You keep asking for it, but I'm going to push you one more time. You're going to pay this one more. You're going to pay one more. And guess what? Maybe after that one, it's all coming because it's all right here. But I'm going to push you one more.
And that's the beauty of it all. And I try to stay in that space too. Like, why is this happening for me? Because reality of the situation, and I don't know. Like, I don't ever know what's working behind the scenes, like the universe, all the shit that I can't see. And that's why I never truly question anything, because somehow, some way, it is always worked out.
You're the bird that gets the string on the hillside that you're like, where the fuck did the string come from? I'm like, oh, he's building a nest. How did that, what?
Damn, that's...
Oh, it just is it's going to just show up.
Yeah, it's crazy, but everything, every single time, like if I get into this like space where I focus too much on like the knots, like, man, why don't I? Like, it always pops up and I'm like, aha, now I see why I didn't have it then. And my life, like I could tell mad stories about shit like that and how the universe came into play, like in that space, my first year of recovery. And then, probably wrap up. I really want you to get some rest.
I'm so chill right now. Just go.
All right. My first year of recovery, right, didn't come without struggle. I was working a job that Steph actually got me because she saw like the long-term benefits in it. But the only way I could get into the job was to take this like $9 an hour part-time position. And, me and my son's mother at the time were like super back and forth, like arguing, and we about to do the whole court thing. And I wasn't making any money. Like I was working, they wouldn't let me work 40 hours, so I was only making like maybe $300-400. You know what I'm saying? And I had a car payment, and that was my check was gone. So I was trying so many different things to make money. Like I had a bunch of friends in real estate. They were coaching me through wholesaling, and I could never get a deal. Like, so I was at the brink, like, again, like, man, why do you keep doing this to me? Like, God, I'm sober, like, I'm doing the right thing, and here I am still, like, dead broke, right? Fast forward, we get to court, and her attorney, like, hits the stand, and she's like, yeah, you know, because they're trying to figure out child support, right? So her attorney's like, yeah, we know Mr. Collier, you know, he flips real estate. And I'm sitting there like, nah, like I'm broke as shit. Like I wish I flipped real estate. You know, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. We could have handled this outside. And so the judge was like, well, you know, if it's anything like I've seen on TV, you know, he can make $5,000 or $20,000. Like I can't put that in child support, right? So he was like, what is he making now? And it was that $9 and some change. And they were like, well, that's all he can go off of, right? So when I left, not only did I get like joint custody, but my child support was like significantly low. And I shit you not, the next week I got a promotion and went from like $9 an hour to $20 an hour.
Yes.
And like the following week, I closed my first wholesale deal. Like everything started pouring in like right away, and I sat back and I was like,
hey.
That's why nothing else would work. Like, you know, the universe or my higher power knew like what the outcome was. Like if I had all of that beforehand, like they were gonna eat me alive. And then I'd be stuck paying something that I couldn't afford. So that part of it is stuff, little things like that is why I don't question.
Right.
I just let it play out.
Yeah. Yep. It just shows up because it's right. Hey, stop it, dogs. Who am I to tell them to stop?
They just love you. My dog is here. She'd be doing the same.
You think so? Look at them. They're like, I mean, hey. Like, I wonder what our podcast would look like if we couldn't speak and we were animals.
Fucking insane.
Right? Like, what goes on? And yet, it's amazing. I think that they communicate better than we do, and we have the capacity to speak. And yet, well, don't get me started about humans. We're all fucked up.
we could save it for another night. Ain't no thing.
But I want you to go back and just because you came on here because you were going to share and just sort of get in your feels and do you for a minute, okay? Because I love you. I'm going to get water and I don't want to take away from your time, so I'll be back.
No, check this out. For real, like I really, you know, just wanted to come on and tell everybody thank you. You know, I don't think I expressed my love, my gratitude enough. You know, for everybody. They say our would be it pretty much if we was animals running around. We filter through these comments real quick. But I definitely just wanted to say thank you. You know, the love, the support that people continue to show, and I just want to continue to you know, put my best foot forward in this recovery space and assist and add value however I can, no matter how that looks. But yeah, I don't know how much longer I could stretch that. Like I am happily content, and I am gonna put up a Calendly link. I think that's how you say it. So that way, yeah, I think that's how you say it. It's either Calendly or Calendly. You know, if you want to come on and chop it up with us, that way we can plug you in and have it, you know, professional.
And if there's topics, you guys, again, you know, we like to do it like life. You know, we're not the planners and the let's set this and set that. Like, it's sort of the flow, and at some point that might change. But like, if there's something you want to talk about, let's talk.
100%. You know,
Yeah.
always.
And if you have to, and you want to share, and you want to take the stage, and you want to open up to some conversations, and let's, you know, get mad about it. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Let's have at it. Let's make it fun and different.
Most certainly. And like I said, you know, we'll put that link up. Y'all jump in the DMs. Let's get conversation flowing and just stay at it. But what'd you say, bro? Bro, I'm proud of you, and just keep going through this. Not a sprint, it's a marathon. Just keep your head down and keep stepping and applying pressure, fam. No doubt. Pop me up. Somebody said, love you, Eden.
Love you too. I love everyone who's on here with us, and everyone I meet through you and randomly and from the past. And it's just, you know what, I've over the years of Instagram and all the social stuff we do, it's like the more authentic you are and the more real and raw and just present. And even when I don't want to, because I don't feel well or this or that, it's like when you do show up, like I used to say, the magic happens. Like, that's what people love, and they really truly see it, and they see your being, and that's, to me, like what it's about, you know. Like, it's not the social, the fame, the notoriety, the I'm this, I'm that, I blah blah blah, blah. It's not. It's really that connection and honesty, and because we all can feel and hurt and cry and bleed and shit and piss and have gas, and we all can do the same shit, you know?
Right.
And yet we think we're different. No, we're not. So, and you have the same heartache that I have. Yeah. So, and anything can come from that space, you know? And Jarrod and I are no different than any of you, and you all know that. And so that's why we just invite everyone to be a part of whatever natural, raw thing there is. And if you really want us to focus and say, hey, we need you guys here, or, you know, find someone who talks about this or that, and open the conversation, we're happy to do that too. But, you know, the beauty of life is unfolding and sort of letting it roll out, and that's what we do. Some might say, oh, they're, you know, not responsible or whatever. Label it what you want, but the truth is, like, that's life, and that's the magic and the special uniqueness of, like, have you watched those two crazy people? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just it's just that evolution. So I don't know. I'm grateful for everyone and you, because there are times where I'm just like, social, like I just want to be myself, and yet that's the whole point. So what am I fighting there?
Right.
You know, when you don't put out, when you just want to be yourself, then what are you trying to hide, Eden? And when you kind of put me up against myself, I appreciate it because I get to evolve.
Hey, authenticity always wins, right?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Well, look, again, I appreciate everybody pulling up. You know, I appreciate you not feeling well and all. Now, is that the rose quartz or the clear rose? Match your Snuggie.
I know, right? I'm all like, love, 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 just love me. Somebody love me. Oh shit, that's funny. Come on, that's funny.
That is fucking hilarious. All right, relax.
Here we go. Somebody. What? Call Damon. What's the chant for this, D? Big D, what's the chant?
Big D, here we go. That's when you know it's time to log off. When this
okay. Okay, so you get me all giddy, and then the adrenaline kicks in, and then she starts to lose it. So you're right. Just move on without me.
That's your glow starting to pop up, right?
Oh man, I love you guys too. I can't see that.
It just says, "Oh, we love you, Eden."
Hi. Oh, I know who that
hi.
is.
Of
Jared.
course.
One day we should just come on and each pick a crystal and literally everyone get their crystal and let's put it on our.
All right, you got strong neck muscles. I can't do that.
Yes, you can. I'm a girl. There are certain things I do that you don't do. Oh.
Touche.
Right, Steph? Steph knows. And we'll just sit with our crystals, all of us, and we'll chat. And we'll let the laugh flow through us.
Oh, man. Yeah, you are 100% correct. Yeah.
That you don't do what I do. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. See, and this, how funny. You could do a meet and greet, and people think, oh, we're going to meet and greet. We're going to set a stage, and I'm going to stand up here, and I'm going to talk to you. Fuck that shit. I'm going to take off my shoes. I'm going to get on the floor. We're going to sit in a fucking circle, and we're going to hold hands, do some breath work, laugh, sweat. Someone's get in the middle circle and dance. We're going to sit with crystals on our head and do things that, like, what the fuck? What do you mean? We're going to eat popcorn while we talk about being sober. Because guess what? Sometimes it doesn't have to be that serious, and sometimes it does. But at the end of the day, I'm here to tell you, we're all, I hate to say the word, we're all going to die sober, hopefully. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we're here for this amount of time. So put the fucking crystal on your head and enjoy it. I don't know.
I'll try it when I get back to the house.
I know you will. Take a picture and give it to me, please. Okay, and I'm going to take a picture of mine, and we're going to put them up. And
I bet. Good promo material.
Bet. I love you. I love you, cousin. Look at him. He thinks I'm crazy. Your poor cousin thinks I'm absolutely nuts.
All righty then, man. We're going to have a good laugh. That was good. You go ahead and get yourself some rest. I appreciate you.
I love you. And you know what? Happy fucking 8th birthday, you sober god.
Yeah. No doubt. I appreciate it. I'm feeling good. Maybe I'll go out to eat or something tomorrow. Like, really celebrate it. This has been a long week.
Hell yeah. And eat a piece of cheesecake for me and get that crystal on your head because I want that picture.
I'm going to send it to you for sure.
I love you.
I
love you all, and thank you for making me do this and showing mad respect to everyone who comes and joins us every week.
Always, no doubt.
Can you put the crystal back on my head? Sure, hold on. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Vanessa wants a picture. Vanessa wants to take a picture.
So you about to get screenshotted.
With or without the glasses? If I wear my glasses, I can see the love coming. Here we go. That's a little better. You guys, it really feels good. I have to tell you. I love it. I should have done. Well, we still have yet to have that conversation. I would have done a whole season on Housewives with a fucking crystal on my head.
Oh, man. Eventually, I'm going to watch an episode.
Oh, you'll get. I'm not worried about it, but this would be classic. They should do that. Okay, we got the picture. Okay, good. I love you. We love you guys.
I love y'all. Till next time.
Oh God, I love you, Jarrod. Right. Jill, thank you for being here with us. They're joining us. Every week they're in with us, and
every week.
Yeah.
Word. Appreciate you, no doubt.
Get some food. Give some love to the family. Steph, cousin, everyone else. Louise, if you're still here, one day Jarrod and I are going to have a meet and greet in Australia, and we're going to do crystals and walking, and it's happening. It's already happening. You know what I mean? It's already happening. It's now stepping into it. So cheers.
That's it. All right, sweetheart.
I love you. Happy birthday.
Love you too. Thank you much.
Bye, guys. Enjoy your Friday night. Sober Friday night. Yeah.
Sober.
Bye, guys.